Okay, decals are all on. Like many, I dislike applying decals. Some days it works good for me, some days it does not. These were a mixed bag. I had issues with some getting them to set down. These ones, the navy, which are the extra decal ones, because you got the ribbed detailed on the wing, it took several applications of microsol. I didn't want to use anything more aggressive in case it damaged the decal. I only got one shot with these. It's just enough to do the model. So I also had to just run a blade along some of these edges of the raised section, just so it sort of had a couple of spots with an air bubble, and just cut it with the blade and put some more microsol on. Wings, the roo roundel, same thing on the top. You got the raised ribbing on the model, so again I had to cut in a couple of areas to get it to bite, but the aircraft number went down good. Pretty much it, all the Airfix ones excuse me, went down alright. Also, all your canopy sections have this yellow dotted line on them, and the piece on the bottom. What else have they on the so I've painted up and put the decals on the propeller. So the propeller, let's show you about that. So it's all in pieces. So that's the back propeller. You can't get it mixed up because of the shape of the center of it. The back one's square and it fits on this piece, which is a square, so it just sits on. I didn't even need to glue that, it just nice firm fit. Then this piece is next, and that piece G5 is the yellow piece. Now this Australian Navy one has the yellow band, and to make life easy for myself, I sprayed this piece G5 yellow, and there's my yellow band. It's just easier than, I hate masking the coned curved surfaces. So, and then the spinner goes on the end, and then I just glued it offset. And I've seen them parked in both positions where the propellers line up with each other, but I think it adds more interest to the look of the model in a display with it set like that. This is the first time as well I've painted all the parts of a propeller and glued it afterwards, for the reason I don't like gluing in case you get a bit of glue where you shouldn't and it wrecks the paint. But what I did was, like I said, I didn't have to glue this piece in, but not that it mattered anyway, because you don't see where you glue it. But when I put the pieces on, I used super glue and just applied very little bit and then pushed it on until it bites and sets. So it turned out well. I was concerned about how that was going to pan out. That was all good. It's just, I finished all that building and paint, and it just seems to keep on going now. So I still have things to do. I have to paint up these exhausts and put them in. I've done a dry fit, just slots in, just pushes in. Again, it may not even need glue, it clicks into a spot. I have to do them. Also, I think I still got to make up the nose wheels, and I've still got I have to add some where are we at? Oh, I have to paint up these parts to go in the holds, the weapons in the bomb bay, and I still have to do those actuators and the antenna for the Royal Australian Navy one version. And these other small parts, so it's still it just seems like it's never ending. It's I think I've mentioned in other builds, sometimes I start with the weapons and stuff, because when I get to the end of the build I start getting I get bored with it, and this is happening to me now. That's those I honestly don't know what the name of the weapon is, and there's 5 of them. See you there again. And you got these two that sit in front, the bombs. Oh, sorry, that'd be torpedo. But so them, they're done. That's painted, and just decal, that red strip. And those little ones had some decals as well. So yes, so now I just need to keep pushing on and try and get it finished. I did forget to mention to you that this Navy decal was one piece on the clear carrier. Because of all these raised ribs and that, I thought it better. What I did was on the let's have a look at, where is it? Put it. Just for an example, obviously it's not the one I did, but I don't know if that will show up the film. What I did is I individually cut out the letters, and I used a ruler to make sure I was cutting straight lines. So I'd cut, like if I was doing the A, I'd get right up near it and then use the sharp blade and cut it. And I even cut out the center piece and that part, just to minimize carrier film. So if you want to try and help assist yourself with laying down larger decals, if you can do that, it'll help you. But yeah, just be careful when you're cutting, so make sure you push down really firm with your ruler so it can't move, and then just run your blade along, and make sure you run the blade along where you can see the actual decal, so you know how far away from the coloured part of the decal you are. Also, so I'm starting to do the nose gear. So this piece, let me show you. I think I mentioned that it was broken on the sprue. It was actually broken in 2 spots, so I had to glue it. I used CA glue, so it's finally back together and on the main gear strut. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but it was definitely broken. These are the pieces that are going under, the ones on the wing and ones on the rear stabilizer. But some small parts like this, it's easy just to cut it off the sprue. That's number 6, and then just you hold them with your, I use these little alligator clips, and I'll spray it, paint it, and then when I'm ready to put it on the model, then I can just trim it off, because the part attached to the sprue is the part you won't see. So it's just that way, minimizing losing small parts. And that was the other one. Yeah, so I just remembered about that, how I trimmed up those decals. And I also, oh sorry, no, I didn't have to on the number. The number, they made it that it was already really close to the numbers, so it didn't need trimming. I think I did the M. No, hang on. I think the M was right. It must have been just the navy letters they trimmed up. Yeah. So yeah, just thought I should mention that, so you know that I actually did have to modify it a bit. I've put the exhaust in. I've added some exhaust stain, and from what I can gather they actually don't have any, but I think it adds to the look again of the display of the model, and I've done it pretty light so it's not overboard or anything. So now I'm ready to start. I've just did a wash in the black section of the nose gear. The rest of the model can have a wash. I'm just going to use the Fairey model dark dirt wash. I'm not going to show it because I use it all the time. Like I said, it works good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to start. Still haven't. It's going to get really awkward, I believe. I'm probably going to do insert all the landing gear, the doors, and then, or I might probably, no, I should start in the bomb bay, then go landing gear, gear doors. The bomb bay doors is going to get awkward, and the last thing I'll do is probably the wing, the folded wing, just for the awkwardness of it all. And I'll have to put the antenna still. So yeah, I'm still undecided on how I'm tackling it all. So I've done the bomb bay, put the weapons in. So I did the wash, wiped it back. Weapons also had a wash. My theory is you can't put the weapons on. They would have some sort of weathering. I know they're probably in a box and they put them on the aircraft, but if you just put them in with nothing, it's clashing too much with the actual model. So I just use the same wash I'm using on the model. So that's that bit done. I wipe the wash back now, and then I've just got to hook in and get all these small parts on and get it done. Alright, I'm ever nearing the finish. So I'll just put in the landing gear. I've put in the sonar. The doors you can see are all on. Like I said, it's getting difficult to handle. At the moment I'm resting the pylons on the foam blocks, just so I want the wheels to, don't want weight on it yet, just want them to dry nicely. I put the windscreen in. I need to obviously put the other pieces in for that. I've drilled holes for the antenna. I need to put in these three. What I'm going to do, I've got some, it's just, it's not stretch sprue, it's actual, it was in one of my packs of, like one of these packs here, tubed and that, plastic card type thing. Finish all that. Like I said, the last thing will be the wing, because it's just getting extremely hard to handle. Alright, there it is, all done. What I thought was going to be a medium-sized build pretty much turned into a huge build. Just at the end there, it just seemed I was never going to get to the finish line. So Airfix have really gone a long way in the last few years. This kit has just jumped way ahead. It is a fantastic kit. If you're interested in subject matter, I highly recommend it. Even if you're not, it's a great build, just really well engineered. No real issues to speak of. Thinking back now, I can't think of anything that was a real problem. The only thing that still worries me is it's got what's it got, 67 grams of weight up front. I'm concerned over time whether that has an effect on the nose gear or not. Time will tell, obviously. I'm glad I went with the Royal Australian Navy markings. They're not as colourful as British aircraft, but it's nice to see the Roo Randall on an aircraft. And I hope in the future, now that Airfix have done this one, they do the Sea Venom. That will go nicely with the Gannet. But who knows what they'll make next. So I'm going to add still photos at the end as per usual. If you watched along, I hope I gave you some tips along the way, or what to look out for, or how things go together. And thank you for watching.